see this? This is Goku T23!
If you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and don't forget to click that bell for daily Dragon Ball, Fairy Tail and other anime content.
When it comes to Natsu and Lucy, hands down those two are the most beautiful and best anime couple we've seen thus far. Those two are just showing what true love is, and honestly, I just can't wait for the moment where Hiroshima finally makes those two kiss. But when it comes to Natsu and Lucy, NALU, I felt that there are 10 moments inside the entire Fairy Tail series which made me really wonder, wow man, what an awesome beautiful moment between those two. And you know what, these moments actually showed that these two are meant for each other and that they are a perfect couple. At the end of the discussion, I'd like for you guys to share me your thoughts on this and what do you guys think about this list, as I'm going to share with you guys the 10 greatest NALU moment in Fairy Tail. And I'm not going to include 100-Year Quest, this is just a Fairy Tail anime. So my fairy fans, let's get right to the discussion and see just how amazing NALU is. When Natsu picks Lucy up after losing in the Grand Magic game, I felt this was actually a very beautiful moment because Lucy was so disheartened and was crying that she let the fairy tale down and that she lost to Flare. Although Flare cheated, Lucy could have won, but she was disheartened. But Natsu came to her and said, hey, that's alright, being down one means we still got to work our way back up, and that motivates us even more. And by saying that, Lucy smiled and said, yes, I'm all fired up, and therefore Natsu was able to cheer her up. When I saw that, I was like, wow, what an honestly beautiful moment right there with those two. When Natsu goes to her face and it looks like they're about to kiss inside the movie Dragon Cry. When Lucy was describing about faces and stuff, Natsu came right to her face and said, what about my face? And as you can see, Lucy felt a little blushy. If Natsu wanted, if he leaped forward and kissed her, she would have kissed him back. That's how much she was blushing, but that didn't happen. But just seeing that moment right there and just the way Lucy was reacting, her reaction is what made this be so amazing. It's the reason why I have to add this to be on my list. The way she reacted was just awesome. When Natsu cheers Lucy up after losing her dad. When Lucy found out her dad died, she went with Natsu all the way to her house to get her dad's final message and everything, to go to the bank and all that. And then when she came back home, Natsu was waiting outside her door and he was by her side this entire time while she was in pain. But when she finally read her dad's goodbye letter and made her cry a lot, what cheered her up was Natsu said, Lucy, let's go on a job. And that made her be happy, said, let's go Natsu. And she completely forgot about her pain of losing her dad and was happy that she's going on another job with Natsu. I really enjoy that. It's the reason why I had to add that to be inside this list. When Natsu running to save Lucy's life from hitting the ground, I really love this part. It was during the Key of the Story Heaven arc where Lucy was shot from the sky and she's landing to the ground. Out of everyone there, Natsu's the only one who cared and ran towards Lucy. He ran so fast, jumped midair and caught Lucy, and they both landed together on the ground. When I saw that, I was like, this is just really well done. It was amazing the way they did this, and I had to add this to be on my list because that moment between those two, the smile that Lucy gave Natsu and the smile he gave her back, was just priceless. When Natsu asked Lucy to come alone to meet him in the tree, Lucy was blushing so much to the point she was having imagination of Natsu and her heart was thumping so fast. And Lucy said to herself that, you know what, I might say yes to Natsu because this is it. Finally, he's going to probably propose to me and stuff. Clearly right there showed us the NALU moment, that how much Lucy loved Natsu, that if he actually said marry me, she would have said yes, but that didn't happen. Hiroshima for some reason was stretching it, but just that moment was so amazing, I had to put that to be inside this list. When Natsu and Lucy run away from everyone and they're running towards rebuilding Fairy Tail, I really like this moment because Lucy said Fairy Tail has been disbanded. Right after it's been a year or so, Natsu came back and Lucy saw Natsu and everything. And then when everything went down, Natsu did some shenanigan and grabbed Lucy's hand and ran out as the crowd are chasing Natsu and Lucy. And Lucy said, "Where are we going?" Natsu said, "We're going to bring Fairy Tail back." And hearing that got Lucy to cry, and she was so happy, and Natsu was so happy, as they both looked at each other smiling, and they said, "Let's build Fairy Tail back together." That was a very beautiful moment. After the Grand Magic Tournament arc, when future Lucy dies and she's pretty much in her, you could say, heaven, and sees Natsu and the Fairy Tail, I found this moment to be so beautiful and actually gave me one tear, because Lucy saw all her Fairy Tail guildmates and everyone, and out of nowhere she sees Natsu right in front of her, bring out his hand and say, "Hey Lucy, I'm here, let's go on an adventure." Lucy cried and said, "Yes Natsu, let's do it," as she held his hand, and they just showed right there that those two are together forever. That moment was just so beautiful. I had to put this to be right here inside this list. When Lucy cries for Natsu inside Dragon Cry movie, Natsu died, Lucy heart broke, and she was right in her face saying, "You cannot leave me, Natsu, no way, you have to be here alive, I cannot live without you, Natsu, please wake up," as her tears flowed to her face and landed on Natsu. And pretty much you could say Lucy's tears is what saved Natsu's life. But when Natsu woke up, it was just beautiful the way how she cried for him. I had to add this to be inside this list. When Lucy hugs Natsu from the back at the end of the Grand Magic game. After the Grand Magic game was done and Natsu has defeated Future Rogue, Lucy read her future Lucy's diary. Inside that diary, it was all about how much she looks up to Natsu and can rely on Natsu, and that her hopes was Natsu to save everyone, and he did. And just realizing just how important Natsu is for Lucy and inside her life, Lucy ran and hugged Natsu from the back and said, "You're so important to me, Natsu, just always remember that." As they both had a beautiful moment and Natsu looking to the sky while Lucy is hugging him. This is the number one, nothing beats these, and that is when Natsu hugs Lucy inside the Fairy Phoenix Priestess movie. When Eclair died and gave her final goodbye to Lucy, she was the only one out of everyone that was extremely emotional and didn't want Eclair to die, but she had to die in order to save the entire world. If Eclair didn't die, she would have been dead. And that right there broke Lucy's heart, and everything was over. She was crying a lot, and she looks at Natsu and says, "Natsu, isn't Claire happy?" Natsu goes and hugs Lucy and says, "Yes, she died with a smile on her face, Lucy." And as Lucy's on Natsu's shoulder crying while Natsu is hugging her and comforting her. This was truly beautiful and one of the best NALU moments, because Natsu was literally just hugging Lucy and was pretty much cheering her up, trying to make her feel better. It's the reason why I had to add this to be my list. These are the top 10 greatest NALU moment of all time. If you guys don't think this what I just mentioned is not the greatest, then you guys don't know what NALU is, but this is very beautiful and best moment to me when it comes to NALU. Share with me your thoughts on this, my fairy fan, and tell me what are your guys' top 5 or even your top 1 favorite NALU moment. I would love to hear each and one of you guys share it with me on your experience when it comes to NALU, as I'll read every of your guys' comment and respond back to you. Let me know what you guys think about this list. If there's anything you guys have a discussion what I talk about, please drop me a like. That would be amazing. And if you enjoy my guild of being a fairy tale fan, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my channel, not for me, but do it for the love of NALU. I'll greatly appreciate it. I'm Goku T23. Have an insane day, my fairy fans.